keep talking about like critical issues that come up with the way that you're jumping, and it's just like this one. I feel like has more than any other that I've seen the rest of the game. I want to say that for like the DLC, that's only going to become even more absolutely ridiculous. Oh, hello, Brown Flash. Welcome back, Jump King. Still jumping. Still kinging? Yes. I mean, as you can see from the crown that I'm currently wearing right now. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Once again, I don't even know why I'm streaming this, considering it's just like I'm not really making. I mean, I'm just stuck in this area for the most part. Yep, well, just walked right off the edge there. I'm just stuck in this one area because it's just like, you know. What time is it? About 11 p.m.? Why do you ask? I'm in Central Time Zone in the United States. As you do. Come on. It's Hippie Hop Monarch. That's right. Because it's just like, man, I don't want to play any other game that I have to play right now. I'll be honest. I just want to keep playing Jump King. Except for maybe Concrete Jungle. Concrete Jungle is pretty bussin'. But everything else is just like, that's left on that list, I gotta say, not super interested in at this point in time. Saving the best for last. Okay. Get to the edge, and hopefully I don't over jump that because that sends me to back down to the previous area. Not that it really matters. I mean, going back to Underberg is more of just like an inconvenience at this point. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay. There's just like 5 different big jumps that you gotta make coming up here. Yeah. And they ain't easy. Well, some of them are easier than others. Like that one, for example. Okay. All right, nice. Oh, it's not the right direction that I was supposed to go. Whoops. Never mind then. New biome? No, this is the one that we ended off at the previous stream. Right next to the archaeologist there. Okay. Got it. Oh. Who'll be better at this? Daddy Mac or the Mac Daddy? I don't actually know. I don't know who either of those people are. Me. I'm the best at this. I'm the best. Yeah, I had to go early in the previous stream. Well, then you missed out on me getting to this biome. It's like it doesn't matter. I've been stuck at this biome for like 3 hours now. It is like, yeah, a huge jump up in difficulty, I'm going to be honest, compared to like the last, 4 that I went through? Yeah, 4. Pretty annoying. I'm hoping that, I mean, the hope is that, you know, the next area is going to be a little bit easier or something, or a checkpoint, whatever. I don't care. I'll take anything at this point in time. That was way too far. If you go up to the next screen, you know you went too far. I know, because I've done this many times already. It's kind of ridiculous. And I was expecting Time Wizard. No. Jump off the Bridge and Jump King are 2 very different games. Also, I've only streamed Jump Off the Bridge once, so, you know, I don't know why you're expecting more of it at this point. There we are. The Time Wizard. Ah, come on. Come on. Ugh. I'm gonna go jump some bitches. You know that's what the point of this game is, right? Like, how did you miss the fact that the subtitle for this game is that there is a smoking hot babe at the top, you know? I mean, I swear, it's like you're not even paying attention. Hello, Rex. Welcome back to Jump King, because I just don't like, look, it's either like this or go and do Final Fantasy 12, and I would much rather play Jump King than Final Fantasy 12. I swear to God. Oh, man. so sick of Final Fantasy games, I tell you. I just want to complain more about Final Fantasy games because it's just like, oh my god, that series is going to be the worst one at this point. I swear to God. I'm surprised you got convinced. I didn't get convinced. I got commissioned. People didn't like come up. I didn't get a very cogent and understandable argument about why I should play Final Fantasy 12. People gave me money. And I mean, you know, you ain't getting your money back. This is a one-way wacky track. Oh man, oh man. Hello, Lilith. Welcome back to, well, Jump King. It's Jump King. It's the exact same Jump King that you know and love. I don't know. I don't think you guys love this game. I don't think you guys like this game as much as I like this game. I like this game. I think it's a fun game. But it is like, you know, it is an entire thing now, isn't it? Right to the edge, and at least I'm nailing that jump a lot more. When you're playing Alt F4? Is that an actual game, or is this like Delete System 34 type of thing? Okay. Well then. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this game? An 8. It does exactly what it sets out to do. Which might not be everybody's cup of tea, needless to say. I don't really know why it's all with screens and not like smooth scrolling, though. Guess maybe that makes it easier to do the jumping. I don't know. There we are. Okay. Oh, it's actually a game, not a hard joke. Like $2 on Steam Soundtrack of the Year. Huh. Got it. Well, got it for now. We'll see kind of how I continue from this point, of course. All right. Now go up to the left. And then thankfully it's like you can kind of bypass a lot of this. Because as you would expect, this is, that's true for a lot of stuff in Jump King. Got it. Now where do you go from here? Because I've completely forgotten. Only got up here a handful of times. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, so many very tight jumps to be making in this one section. Oh, come on. Doing good there, too. How goes the jumping? It's going well enough. It's just, man, the progress is incremental, and also stuff like that keeps happening. But you know how that is. Oh, man. Now it's been a year. That's cool. It's been a while. I've been trying to become a VTuber, so life is busy. Hey, nice. None of your streams are at convenient times for me. I have no idea what a convenient time would be for you at this rate, considering that the last stream was at 6 a.m. and this is at 11 p.m. It's like, no, only 2:30 in the afternoon. Is it not late? Yeah, it's late. It is exactly late. That's what I'm saying right now. It's just like, this is a wildly different time. Anyway, thank you for the sub. I love you. Hup. To exactly 2:43 p.m. That's the only time that it's convenient for me to catch a stream. And none others. I told you, it's like going down to Underberg is basically just an inconvenience at this point. I tell you. Are you going to be streaming more of Minecraft? I don't know. Maybe. I don't really have any plans to. Got plenty of other games to be going through right now anyway, which I'm shirking off those duties to play Jump King. Because it's just like, man, would you rather see Jump King or would you rather see Final Fantasy 12? Like, answer me honestly. If I went and opened up Final Fantasy 12 right now, would you want to actually watch it? Because I don't want to play it. God, I am going to shit all over Final Fantasy 12 so much. Y'all motherfuckers didn't watch Final Fantasy 9 or 15, so I don't know why you think you have an opinion on this. Oh my god. Final Fantasy 12 is better than Final Fantasy 9? Yeah, probably. Final Fantasy 9 kind of sucked. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's just like I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Final Fantasy 9 was pretty crappy. Straight up. But you know, I finally finished a game a few days ago that I've had in my backlog for 8 years. 8 years? Man. Once you get you play Final Fantasy V, JRPGs entirely are not going to be able to get me to play for another, let's say 4 months, 4 months after I finish Final Fantasy 12 and Octopath Traveler. Because y'all motherfuckers, it's just like cannot. I don't know why you want to see JRPGs. Like no, it's like, they are the least popular, most edited, completely unable to be monetized. It's just like they're the worst series on so many different fronts. It's like it takes such an ungodly amount of time to go through them too. They're not even like quick. At least they could be quick. There we are. Bruh, stop cursing. No, fuck you. Okay, now where do you go from here again? Because I was about to jump over to the right. All right. But you'll make it popular? No. There's nothing I can do to make a JRPG popular. Was it Kevin the Christian fucking stream that I was used to? It's like 99% of the time I'm not swearing. Hey, Doc. Hey, we were just shitting on Final Fantasy 12 yet again. And Final Fantasy 9. Welcome back. Oh. Damn it. At least that's not too far. Oh, come on. Oh, you're talking about Final Fantasy 12? Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about how much I really, really don't want to play another Final Fantasy game, and how I'm just so seriously considering entirely banning all JRPGs on the channel. After it's just been a nightmare of 4 Final Fantasies this year and Persona 5. Oh my god. And probably Octopath Traveler again. Just like, oh my god. It's just, the least views on the channel, the most work that I have to put into them. None of them can be monetized. They're extremely long, and they're not even that good. I didn't like Octopath. Rewind the video about 10 seconds, and you'll get my opinion on that. Okay, play Fortnite. I will never play Fortnite. No, I'm not going to play any multiplayer games. Multiplayer games are, very much a thing. Octopath and story is meh. Gameplay is amazing. I don't believe that. Also, super awesome. Another incredibly long game with a terrible story. Minecraft is multiplayer and single player. Well, I'm not playing anything. There's no way I'm ever going to play anything multiplayer. Let me tell you, it is just no, I can't. But you play D2 though, the shooter, the Dreamcast shooter. I never played that game. I watched a bunch of playthroughs of it because it's pretty wacky. A guy was married to a flower. Destiny 2? Doug, do you know how many games there are called D2? I thought you were talking about... My next guess would have been you were talking about Diablo. Also, the game is... Also, it's just like D2 is actually called... That is literally the name of it. It's D2. It's the sequel to D. The D stands for Dracula. Dracula does not appear in the sequel. It's like, yeah, Divinity 2. It's just like, you can't just say D2 and expect me to know what you're talking about. It's like, oh yeah, D2. It's like, what of the 10 games that I can think of that could possibly be referred to as D2 that isn't the actual game by Kenji Eno, it's like, that is called D2. Because if you say D2, first thing I'm thinking is Kenji Eno. Next thing I'm thinking is Diablo. Destiny is super far down on that list. Like, holy Christ, that is like not even registering on the D's that we could be talking about. But we made you play D2. I never played D2. I told you. I only watched playthroughs of it. Okay. These nuts. Yes, I see. Married to a Flower. Oh man, it's like that's not even half of it. Did you know that the dinosaurs were killed by plant monsters, alien plant monsters? Anyway, was the official name for said game? It is the official name for said game. It was a Dreamcast release and it was called D2. I honestly don't know what we're talking about again. Are we talking about the Kenji Eno masterpiece D2? Okay. Doc, you're a Dreamcast release. No, I was released much earlier than that. Ah, come on. You guys are going to have to go a long way to try to convince me that D2 is anything except for the Kenji Eno game. Here, you know what? I can do this right now. Dreamcast. Save me that image. Yeah, this will be our constant companion for this stream. As soon as I can find it. There we go. Anyway. Oh. There we go. Now what D2 are we talking about? Are we talking about the one on screen right now? Or are we talking about something else that is definitely not the game that's currently on screen right now? Because I only see one D2 around here, let me tell you. And it's the one that's currently on screen. Okay. All right. Wait, that's one D2? That is clearly D2. It's... Can you people not read? You know, I've gone the entire channel without reading out dialogue because, you know, come on. What am I, what am I, your babysitter reading you a story for bedtime? It's like, and you're telling me right now that you never learned to read? You said there's one D2. No. That's a 1D2 is a coin. In case you're looking for that for your Dungeons and Dragons. Fine, if you want to be like that, it is a single D2. Only a single D2 on screen. Hey, Bedtime with Doc would be a nice podcast to nod off to. I mean, that's basically what this is for the most part. As we talk about how there's only a single D2, and that is the one that you're currently looking at on screen right now. Right now. What are you going to argue? You're going to argue with the image that says D2 on screen? I tell you. Anyway, I'm sorry, Bungie. You should have came out 20 years earlier if you wanted to be if you want your game to be called D2, because there's only a single D2 that exists, and that's the one on screen right now. You're a weird man? What do you mean? He's like, I'm sorry, is arguing for the sake of this masterpiece of a game and not some garbage MMO that was supposed to take 10 years to create or whatever. Not a weird thing now? I feel like I have defended my position quite well. Okay. Like, try and argue that the thing you're currently looking at on screen is not D2. And that D2 is like some other, Diablo 2, I guess you're talking about. But I never actually played Diablo 2 either. D2 could also refer to a two-sided dice. Yeah, that's a coin. That's what I was talking about. That's what I meant. I mean, that's basically what a coin is. For when you want to do damage with, I don't know, a rusty dagger or something. I'm going to take out your Vlad Bane. Which doesn't even work anymore. They buffed Vlad a lot. Which is unfortunate. Wow, really all the way back down here. Yeah, that's how that goes. Once again, it's just like an inconvenience to get back up there again. This is unfortunate. Not really. It's actually like super easy to get back up. It's just going to take a couple seconds. Oh, I tell you. Because like, yeah, you need to make like 5 pretty tight jumps when you're up in the Lost Frontier. It's honestly pretty annoying, but I mean, you know, if it's that or play Final Fantasy 12, you know I'm going to be playing Jump King. Like, come on. Oh my god, I just... Oh. Anyway. What's the other option? What do you mean, what's the other option? Basically, that's the dichotomy that I'm going with right now. That it's either we play Jump King or we play Final Fantasy 12. Why do you hate Final Fantasy 12 so much? It's the 4th Final Fantasy and the 5th JRPG that I'm going to be playing this year. Provided that I don't play the Octopath Traveler first. It's like, man, I'm so sick of Final Fantasy games. I'm so sick of them. They're not even like... They're far from... If I was going to be forced to play a JRPG, any Final Fantasy game would be so low on the list. Let me tell you. Ugh. I don't even know half of what you're talking about. Oh, Final Fantasy 12 with a more obscure JRPG? No. I don't trust... You're just going to say like Final Fantasy 7. Also, I've already bought Final Fantasy 12, so I might as well play it. Very obscure? Hit me with it. I'm betting that you're probably going to say something that is not at all obscure. Or interesting, or good. Resonance of Fate. Oh, yeah, that game also sounded like garbage. When you were describing it last time, too. Like hot garbage. All right. Okay. And there we are. It's weird as fuck. I don't believe it. You'll love it. I've already bought Final Fantasy 12. They had it half off as part of holiday sales, which is nice at least. So I didn't have to pay like the full $60 for it. Oh, come on. Final Fantasy 12 getting me all worked up. Ah, well, who knows? You might like it. Probably not. Yeah, Final Fantasy 12 just got me all worked up here. God damn. No, I'm playing on keyboard. Arrow keys and spacebar. Why? Why would playing on a controller help at all? You go left, right, and jump. Oh man, I'm just like screwing this up because I'm like not even paying attention. Just thinking about Final Fantasy 12. Well, it's not even mouse because it's just like, yeah, there's 3 buttons in the game. if you've never played Jump King before, this game is played with 3 buttons. It is very simple. But, you know, it's also very difficult. Unlike D2, which is actually not a very difficult game at all. Very strange, though. Left, right, and jump. Yeah, basically. Oh, I can't go one cycle this. Damn. 3 buttons and there's key binds for up and down in the settings for some reason. There are? What? Why would you need up and down? It doesn't even do anything. What an extremely strange thing. Basically getting over it, but instead of mouse, it's only mouse, it's only keyboard. I mean, or controller. You can use a controller too in case you're looking for it. I wouldn't really say it's getting over it. Getting over it has much more complex controls than this. Or it's like just like the major difficulty of anything comes from, well, figuring out how long you need to hold down the keyboard, the space bar. Maybe a little bit of positioning here and there, but that's about it. Now, when you played Death's Gambit, did you play with mouse and keyboard or keyboard only? I played with keyboard only for the first playthrough that I did back in 2018. I'm using a controller. Well, I used the controller for the new one. On the topic of Final Fantasy, I did give you 50 subs, so don't whine about the price. All right, fair enough. I mean, that money went towards rent. That money did not go towards Final Fantasy. But, you know. Okay. All right. Use an auto clicker. An auto clicker for what now? All you do is bump your head on the wall. You jump. And jumping does include bumping your head on the wall. It's an important part of it. And occasionally the floor. Back here again. It's like, will I even get up to... Nope. Didn't even get up to the area that I was at before. And now I do believe that is all the way back down to the start of Underberg. Yeah, this is the part where I'm just kind of like starting to get frustrated with the DLC because it's taking so long to get anywhere. There's so many difficult jumps. I mean, I never really had any intention of like completing the DLC, but I was making a real attempt here at the very least. It's just, you know. I don't know how much longer I could really continue from this point. Because it's just like, yeah, it's just doing... It really is just like 5 very difficult jumps that you have to do in a row. That jump is a big bag of bullshit. I mean, a lot of the jumps in that area are. I mean, you can see in like Underberg, a lot of these things are extremely consistent and easy to do, but like in the Lost Frontier, there's just so many really annoying jumps that send you all the way back down to the start of the previous area, basically. It's like, I don't know. But at the same time, it's just like it's either this or play Final Fantasy 12, and it's just like, holy Christ, I don't want to play Final Fantasy 12. Oh my God, oh my fucking Christ, no, I don't want to play Final Fantasy 12. Jesus, what a horrible series that is going to be just on every single front. My God. Oh, unquestionably going to be like the worst game I played on the entire channel, even more so than The Messenger. Which is, I guess, probably the other worst game that I played on the channel. Oh my God. Gross Final Fantasy. Anyway, so continuing on here. We could play Persona 5. I mean, yeah, you want to do some Persona 5 study? Still got that set up and ready to go. At least for Persona 5, I got the whole study aspect of it. Final Fantasy 12 is just going to be garbage the whole way through. Just the worst. Literally the worst game that I played on the channel. Okay, anyway. We could just do a chill stream. I mean, I'd say this is a pretty chill stream, all things considered. Just if only Final Fantasy 12 wasn't here ruining it for us. Ugh. You haven't even started? Why do you think it'll be bad? Oh, man. It's like, what sort of attitude is that? That's the sort of attitude that's getting me to play. It's like, why don't you just play all the Final Fantasy games at that point, then? Yo, walked right off the edge. All right. No, that will literally kill the channel. It's like playing 5 JRPGs on the channel in the last year has already, like, I've just barely made back like the sub count on YouTube from when I was playing Persona. Final Fantasy will just put the nail in the channel. I'm telling you right now. Okay. It's just, my God. Oh, it's hard to once again hard to even explain just how like absolutely devastating playing Final Fantasy is for the channel. It just murders it for the time that those series are ongoing. Just how long is this thing? What, Jump King? Or me complaining about Final Fantasy 12? The tower? I don't know, like probably 2 or 3 more screens from what you've seen already. Hard to say. All right. And the complaining? Oh, complaining's not going to stop until I finish Final Fantasy 12. Basically. Curse of the Dead God stream. I really liked Curse of the Dead Gods. I ended up doing the full the story playthrough of each one of the difficulties and everything like that, because I really liked it. It's very good. Why do you hate JRPGs so much? I used to like JRPGs, and then I guess it was Persona 5 for the most part. And then people continuously making me play Final Fantasy games. Damn, man. Complaining is an essential part of the channel. Well, I'll stop complaining when you stop making me play JRPGs. Until then, it is going to be just endless whining about Final Fantasy. Can I make you play JRPGs? Nope, there's going to be a cooldown of at least like 3-4 months before I even accept another JRPG at this point. All right. Oh, that shouldn't have gone that fast. Yes, what is it? Oh. All right. Gonna keep going from here. At least we aren't whining about Persona anymore. I mean, it's basically the same thing. Come on now. You watch anime? No. I had it open for people to tell me to watch anime, but like y'all can't come up with any more good suggestions. It's like if you got any more of one, but it's just like if you got any more that you want me to watch, I guess I'm open for it, but you know. Never fully completed a JRPG, so not complaining either. I mean, they're very, very long, and Final Fantasy, it's just going to be another story about warring states that eventually ends with me finding a crystal and having to fight God and whatever. Hopefully there's going to be a lot less sexual harassment this time compared to Final Fantasy IX, but I'm not. We'll see. Sexual harassment and just a story that's all over the goddamn place that didn't even start to make sense until about 80% the way through the game. Genshin Impact is a JRPG. I mean, technically it's from China, and I don't know if it's really an RPG. Would you consider Genshin Impact to be an RPG? It's closer to like a action type of thing. Okay, there we go. It's gacha open world RPG. Fair enough. It's a buy RPG. I mean, in the sense that it's gacha, yes, but you know. Are you going to talk about JRPG? You're complaining about Final Fantasy XII without ever playing it. Play it first, then complain. Okay. I mean, if you want me to come up with some more pointed complaints, because I'm going into that game 100% ready to complain about it. I'm not even going to give Final Fantasy XII a chance. Like, not even a chance. Like, it is going to be start to... Because you made me play 4 Final Fantasy games on the channel in the last year. Just like, maybe this will convince people that I do not want to play Final Fantasy games. How many cool guy points will it take to stop you complaining? Too many. You don't have enough. Okay. All right. Why do you even play them if you want to? I mean, did pay the money. Was very insistent on it. Don't they hurt the channel? They really hurt the channel. And once again, having played like 5 now in the last year has been really devastating. Nope, can't revoke it. I've already bought the game. 5, that's it. I mean, the entirety of what July was taken up with daily Persona episodes. I don't know if I would say that's it. How much money do you take off the channel? I mean, for several months there, quite a bit less. Okay, sunk cost fallacy? Yeah, I suppose. But it's just like, I opened up the possibility. I'm willing to accept the consequences. But that does not mean that I will stop complaining about it. Oh, God, no. I will not stop complaining about it. Yeesh. Oh, my God. Yo, that was not an invitation to have the subs, but like, wow. Thank you, Yulia, by the way. All right, fine. I will start up Final Fantasy XII. Here, you know what? Let's give it like one more attempt on Jump King, and then I will start up Final Fantasy XII immediately, basically. But like, oh boy. Yeah, needless to say, not playing great right now. Well, with the whole, wow. Thank you, Yulia, by the way. I will not stop complaining about Final Fantasy XII. I do want to make that entirely clear. Oh. Oh my God, come on. Okay. Damn it, that was my plan. I mean, here's the thing. You gave like 50 subs after making me play Final Fantasy XII. You just gave another 50 subs. Like, okay, you get priority on the channel as much as I really don't like it. As much as I really, really do not want to play the game. I did like, let's make that absolutely like, let's peek behind the bit for a second. I really don't want to play Final Fantasy XII. That is true. I'll see how it goes, but it's just like, man, I gotta tell you. Oh, I really have been playing way too many of those games lately. That said, for 50 subs, absolutely. We'll see kind of how it is, though. I mean, needless to say, it's just like you can just throw like a couple more games on the list if you're feeling like it, too. At this rate. Now, I still have plenty more games to go through, but, you know. Now we'll see. Let's play Sekiro. I already played Sekiro on the channel. That was also a very unpopular channel. A very unpopular series on the channel. What do you think of the Sifu? Never heard of it. What is Sifu? Just remember, I have 2 more free game suggestions now. Whenever you want to throw them to me, but it's just like, it might take some time to actually get to it. Once again, it's just like this like section I can get very consistently, but I'm just like not playing well. And I'll wait because your backlog is long enough by now. I'll get to it. You know, after really it's just like been going a while on Jump King here. Haven't made any sort of progress, so, you know, this VOD ain't gonna go up, but still don't know what Sifu is. It's a game looks similar to Sleeping Dogs. Never played any of the Sleeping Dogs. Well, the Sleeping Dogs game. I guess nobody's going to count Triad Wars as part of the Sleeping Dogs franchise. Oh, come on. Means master in Chinese. Oh, okay. I am not familiar. Maybe your JRPG videos would do better if you added feet pics. We'll see. I'll start putting feet pics on the thing. How many JRPGs have you played in total? Probably like 24 or so. Like if you name a franchise or something, I probably played a JRPG from it. Because I was really into them back in the day. Yeah, but it's like to 30. Isn't Shifu? I do not know. I didn't realize it was Chinese when you first told me. Otherwise, maybe you would have... No, I would not know how to pronounce anything. Look, needless to say, I have no Chinese ability. I mean, it's like I'm American. Why would I? Oh, come on. Right down to Bargenberg, Underberg again. This place is not Bargenberg. That's a different place. Nope. Isn't Shifu probably a guy from Kung Fu Panda? I mean, it's probably... Oh, it's Shifu. Shifu. Okay, got it. Why with an SH then? Well, we know Japanese if you're an American. Well, I think that's obvious. Look, when Japan starts putting out a lot of... when China starts putting out a lot of video games and anime, it's just like, maybe I'll start learning that language. Come on, China. The ball's in your court on the culture wars. Japan's been kicking your ass for decades. Okay. But, you know. Why do you think so many people learn English? It's because we got Hollywood, baby. And also video games. Okay. All right. But anyway, Japanese and I'm Chinese. I mean, it's like, it would probably be worth learning Chinese just based on the fact that more people speak it than any other language in the entire world. It's just like, if you're going to learn a language, that would probably be the one that makes the most sense. But I don't talk to people. I do play video games though, so Japanese, either learning Japanese or Sugandese was the obvious choice. Bruh. Man. Oh, well. What is a tier 1 sub? That's the basic $5 sub. You give me $5, and I thank you for it. And say I love you. No, I actually found out the best way to do this is just to go like that. Much easier jump. Okay. Okay. And there we are. After I resubbed earlier this week. Oh, I totally missed that. I love you, Rex. I love you, Rex. Not as much as Yulia, but I mean, you should know that. You should understand the dichotomy. of gifted subs. Ah. Anyway, okay. Man, I just want to get also to. I just want to get up to the end of that one section already. I don't know, but it's just like having to doing another. At this point in time, doing another. Come on now. I mean, I'm definitely gonna be. It's just like, yo, you give 150 subs. It's just like you get whatever series you want created basically instantaneously after I turn off the stream. So, you know how that goes. So what was the... It was here, right? Yeah, that's actually a really convenient way to do that jump too. Okay. Okay. Philippines, about 90% English literacy rate. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that from like streamers from the Philippines, where it's just like, look, yes, we can speak Tagalog, but or I can just speak English because if you passed grade school, you know English. Okay. Yeah. And I tell you, Rex is now Doc's favorite. Oh, thank you, Yulia, by the way. I love you. Yet again. Oh, man. Just stealing all your money. I feel bad for that. But I'm going to guess that it's just like, you know. It's worth it? Because I'm going to play Final Fantasy? I don't know. At least that's what I hope. Anytime I'm expecting like big bucks here, I hope that I can at least do something for you. You know? Oh, she has a job. Yeah, true. You know what? That's true. When I had a job, of course, I could have probably like thrown down 50 subs here and there. Said I was just doing like, you know, the regular 1 tier stuff on most channels. Yeah. With my secret account. You don't know about the secret account. Oh my god. Because I don't want people to know it's me. Has an offshore account. I mean, basically. Oh, come on. Man, might have to just go retire Jump King at this point. Not so much because I can't do it, but just because it's like, man, it's just getting frustrating to try and do the DLC. No surprise there. I mean, DLC of course is going to be more difficult than other stuff, but it's just like, oh. I mean, I was just doing this to stall out going back to the other series anyway, but yeah, it would probably be worth just hanging this one up. I'm already the Jump King after all. It's like I really don't need to. Bro, that's hilariously priced. 130 rubles per sub, 650 per 50. Wait a second. How? That's I'm not entirely sure the exact ruble to USD rate, but that's like way cheaper than you would expect, isn't it? Huh. I guess, yeah, it's like a regional pricing. You know what? I ain't gonna argue. That's money, baby. A ruble is currently... Wait, what? No, it's not that much. Come on. No way. There's no way that's how much of a... I'm looking this up. I want to know what is the current ruble to USD rate right now, because that's absurd. Oh my god! You weren't lying. What the hell? That is... I feel... Okay. Well, first off, you're still my favorite. But still, it's just like, I feel like... Okay. That's a little bit different than me gifting 50 subs to somebody. You're still my favorite, though. Don't worry about that. I guess I ain't gonna argue. Money spends just as well regardless. Oh my god. Sub is $1.4, $1.43 in Malaysia. I find that interesting. Oh my god. What's the max number of viewers you got on one stream? I think when Dead Cells had its full release, like 300 concurrent or so. So not like I'm not like, the big streamer, but it's just like, Oh my god. Is 177 USD. It's like that's way less than I would have expected. But once again, it's just like that money spends just as well. I just cashed one of those checks today, actually. Also got my COVID booster shot, which is super great. At least I'm not like dying like I was for the first shot, but it's just like That's a big shot. It's a big shot. Now's your chance to be a big shot. Be a big shot. Okay, anyway. I got a 36-hour fever from that damn booster. The first time that I got like the second shot for, well, when I went in earlier in the year, it was just like I was out for the entire day, man. It was just like fever, chills, could not sleep, could not like do much of anything. The booster here is just like, not even like that bad of a sore arm, at least as of right now. I'm just glad that I'm protected again, because it's just like, I was getting kind of worried there for a bit. But basically Walmart was just like, yeah, sure, we can get you in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, cool? Huh, that was easier than I thought. Oh boy. Should go. Bye again, everybody. Look forward to the Final Fantasies coming up here. We'll see. I don't know. Like, I liked 15 and 6. Didn't really like 9. Once again, going behind the bit. We'll see. What I really don't want to play. I'm so sick of Final Fantasies. That part is true. I am really sick of Final Fantasies. Yeah. Once again, it's just like I'm getting like so tilted here, falling back down this far yet again. Yeah, it's like, what am I even doing? That's not how you do this. You do it like that, you do it like that, and then you can do it like this, and you're done. Oh boy. Fairly certain that in all likelihood, the next section, I mean, as long as I can get past the Lost Ruins, there would be like a checkpoint, but like, I don't know, man. Oh, gotta get up there first, and there's so many difficult jumps to make. Oh, I feel so sick. I felt so sick from a shot, but I still have to run a 5 km. Wow. I mean, I at least made sure that it's like I had nothing else going on today. I had no plans. And it's just like, it's also not, not the holidays or anything either, so be a lot less people. I mean, I guess most people probably still do have like time off and everything. I don't think I've ever missed that jump this many times in a row. What's with that Dreamcast game? Oh, people try to convince me that D2 is not the game, that game. That game you're looking at right there. I mean, they were talking about like some game called D2 that is not this game, which is the only D2 that I will accept. Diablo, probably. There's only one D2 game in my heart, and that is D2. No, so Diablo 2. Yeah, I think so. Also, is 5 minutes per kilometer an okay pace for jogging? I don't know. Every single time I just think like 5 minutes is like a mile. that's like a good running pace for a mile. A really good running pace, actually, but like 7 minutes is that. It's just like kilometer doesn't really stack up comparatively. So I guess I can't really say. Not super knowledgeable about running. 5 minute mile is pretty quick. Yeah. 5 minutes is really good for a mile. Yeah, but a kilometer is not even close to a mile. Which is why it's like jogging? I don't know. Maybe? Couldn't tell you. Oh. Miles 1.6 km, so that'd be pretty good. That's pretty decent. Even half of your YouTube viewers? No, half of the YouTube viewers can't even find the channel on Twitch. People constantly tell me, it's just like, oh, I can't find your channel. And I'm like, why? It's got like the same branding and the same name. If you type in Doc Firebird, you'll probably find it on Twitch. But anyway, it's just like, oh well, I don't really care too much about. I don't really care too much about trying to get like everybody on YouTube over to Twitch here, because after all, unless I really want to watch a half hour of me complaining. There we go, finally. Oh, maybe you don't advertise it. I mean, YouTube will shut down my channel if I'm advertising a rival streaming service. It's like going into a McDonald's and being like, hey, everybody, did you know the Whopper's on sale today? You know how that is. Personal best for 5km was 18 minutes in high school. Jeez. Oh, I could never like get anywhere close to like good endurance running or even short running or running at all. It's just like I couldn't even imagine myself doing that. I would die. I would perish. It would be terrible on so many fronts. Just put it in the description. YouTube will kill me. Susan will send the assassination squad to kill me. I've seen it happen. You know that guy that made the me at the zoo? He's dead. Got killed by the YouTube assassination squad. He's old. Yeah, really. You're telling me that this video that came out in 2006 when that guy was like a college student, maybe it's just like means that at this point in time he would actually be like in his 30s or so? Wow. I would have never guessed that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, that's old. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Who do you think you're talking to? When's the VTuber model? Yep, the VTuber model is going to be the digital actress that appeared in D2. I cannot remember her name. What was her name? I can't remember her name. Aw, damn it. Okay. All the way back there again. Right. D's nuts too. That's right, everybody. The D stands for D's nuts. The D actually stood for Dracula, by the way. In case you didn't know. That was D1 though. D2 has a completely and totally different storyline. That is like way wackier. And to be honest, it's just like D already had a pretty wacky storyline. Kenji Aino just snuck all of the cutscenes in D1 into the final release after it had already been certified. Like he did that when he just switched the discs when he was on the plane. God, I love that guy. Rest in peace. Still so sad, man. I tell you. One of those game developers that you might not hear about too much, but definitely quite a few stories to tell. What happened to the Cursed Sword run? It's hard, and I don't want to do it. That's it. Oh, man. Come on now. Okay. Man, whenever I miss that jump, I literally close my eyes. As if I refuse to accept the reality that I keep continuously missing it over and over. Got out of shape. Yeah. I know the feeling. Been out of shape for quite a while. I should... Like, you know, I've been doing exercise. It's actually, I've been prepping up for like a lot of video stuff lately. Just like get some exercise in there, try and hope that it helps with the anxiety of starting up anything. But I'm still like not at all. Whoops, that was not correct. Still not at all remotely close to like eating well. Still just like eat an entire pizza every single week type of diet. You know how that goes. All right. Cracked voice, shut up. Most people are malding. Doc is balding. At least I'm not malding. I feel like that reflects better on me as a person. Damn it. Ah, come on now. Stop following at any time, by the way. Also went vegetarian for like 2 weeks. My friend thinks I'm weirder. Really? Vegetarian? Come on. Who the heck is that person at the statue? According to the achievement list, they're apparently called the archaeologist. They are an archaeologist, I guess. Not that it really matters. That high? I mean, it's like guys make it up here with regularity. Only so many of them, but you know. Eating well is for people who want to live past 50. I'll be fine. I should like, you know, actually start to make an effort for that. But I also really like pizza. Man, you don't know how much I like pizza. And that's where the problems arise. I mean, I can still build back up. If anything, it's just like building back up, I think, is easier for a lot of people. It's like you know the drill, you got the motivation. It's like Jump King here, where it's like you go through stuff enough, you just kind of like can do it on instinct, even if it might take a little while. You know how that good. Is pizza really all that unhealthy? It is a delivery system for bread and cheese, yes. Absolutely. You have an editor? No, of course not. I edit everything myself. So that's why everything is just crossfades. That's how I edit stuff, everybody. Crossfades. You don't need anything else. Just crossfade everything. It looks fine. Better than a hard cut, at least. Well, anyway. I was thinking about making a YouTube channel. I guess best advice, OBS, an old version of Audacity. Do not use the new one. It is spyware. And I use DaVinci Resolve. Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve. It is a free... Well, it's color correction software, but it also does basic editing, too. And it's free. So if you're looking for that, that's your basic toolkit you want to look for. Now, finding like a decent mic and everything might be more of a thing to do. That's going to actually cost you money, but yeah. Everything else is just like you can get for cheap as free. That's provided that you're even looking to like edit stuff in the first place. I don't know if you're just streaming, you don't necessarily need to do that. Oh, no, I thought I jumped a little bit too far there. Oh, that's okay. All right. Going vegetarian only helped with my IBS. Well, that's good at least. IBS, from what I understand, can be quite the terrible situation. Come on now. That architect is an archaeologist, not an architect. Come on, he's looking at a statue. He's not building anything. Oh, my God. How far down? Could be worse. All right. Keep on going, baby. You know what I'm talking about. Falling off the horse is natural. Getting back on the horse is what matters. I mean, not necessarily. People can get really injured falling off of horses. I just say don't even ride the horse in the first place and instead play Jump King. Okay. All right. Used to fall asleep on the toilet 4 nights a week in high school and find out I had IBS until my mid-20s. Ugh, that's terrible. Well, I mean, hey, it's just like if vegetarian diet really helps with that, that's at least good. Because it's like there's not super huge amount of ways you can treat that, you know? What use are horses then? Glue or meat? I mean, we don't... Why do you... We don't look at... Okay. Chad, I have to remind you right now that we don't look at every living creature in the world by what its use to mankind is. Sometimes animals just exist and they're out there. Like, we don't have to be like, I don't know, man, what can I do with ants? It's just like, what do we need ants for? We ain't utilitarians. Yeah, exactly. Pizza ain't unhealthy if you put veggies on it. It's cheese and bread. It's extraordinarily unhealthy. I don't know what you people are talking about. Well, we're getting another shot here at greatness. Oh? Oh. Wanged that one. Okay. Everything exists for our purpose. The Minecraft mindset. The Sig Minecraft grind set. No, it'd just be called the Mine set, right? It's like that's... Okay, fine. It's the Sigma Mine set. Sig Minecraft Mine set. There we go. Okay. It took me a second to really get that down, but I feel like I got it. Anyway, that was a stupid diversion. Not that it matters. We're playing Jump King. Jump King is all about diversions to try and distract you from the fact that you just fell down 3 biomes again. If you do it right, it's only Jump King. If you do it wrong, then everybody will be dancing. Man, I tell you. Like, truth be told, everything will shorten your life, so just live in everything. Now, that's the sort of thing that people say. There we are. Nah, that's the sort of thing that people say when they're just like, man, you're gonna die one day. Give me that heroin. Oh, come on now. Man needs to get some cleats. I got these cool boots, which were told to be like cleats, but they didn't do like that. There we are. And come on, I can get this. Well, probably. We'll see. Anyway, I can eat like 3 or 4 bowls of rice per meal. I don't feel hungry. If I don't feel hungry, did the wrong jump, I guess. Oh, I just want to get past this area already. I've been stuck in this singular biome for what feels like the entire... Like, the length that I've been playing this game up to this point, I've been stuck in this area. And the thing is, it's only going to get more difficult from here. Unless this is, like, the last area, which I have my doubts. Maybe, though. And back down into Underberg. Back down into the third screen of Underberg. I tell you. Let's keep going. Or we can just like, maybe I'll just instead go, oh wait, no, I didn't want to jump all the way back up here. All right. Maybe I'll just call it here for today, and just call it for Jump King, really, because it's like I don't know. I don't know if I have the willingness anymore to continue on with the DLC. It's just taken so long to go through even one area at this point, and instead just go work on the other, honestly terrible series. Really don't think Final Fantasy, like yo, I don't think Final Fantasy 12 is gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, Final Fantasy 12 is the other Final Fantasy that I never really remember hearing anything about. And with Final Fantasy 9, that was kind of like that game was not great. Let's stream Final Fantasy. I mean, I suppose we could, but I was explicitly told to do it single person video series. So I'm going to do it like that. Final Fantasy 12 went pretty under the radar when it came out. I mean, it's like it came out next to an MMO and Final Fantasy 10, which, to be honest, Final Fantasy 10 was like one of the best Final Fantasies. And then 12 came out, and yeah. And then 13 came out, and people really didn't like that one. I remember you said you were going to do a stream on New Year's Eve? Yeah, it's going to be the yearly New Year's Eve stream where I get blasted, baby, and we do something. I don't know. Figure it out when we get there. More Jump King? Probably not. You were complaining so much, then watch the Final Fantasy 12 series. It's like, yo, you want to hear me talk more about Final Fantasy 12, just watch the series. You're not going to. I know you won't. That's going to be a single-digit view series, I'm telling you right now. But more like Drunk King, I'm not getting drunk. Oh, you didn't hear, did you? You didn't hear, did you? Has a 9.5. Well, yeah, like every Final Fantasy game, though, has a high score. It's one of those games where it's just like, if you don't give it a good score, people get mad. Like, people had to give, like, formal apologies when they said that GTA Vice City was kind of lacking, you know what, with all the pop-in and sort of minimal amount of content. And it's just like, oh, no, I'm sorry, everybody. It's 10 out of 10. Please don't unsubscribe from Game Informer. GTA is great. Yeah, see, I told you. It's just like you're not allowed to give Final Fantasy a bad score. Especially at the time that Final Fantasy 12 came out. Oh, watch Steins Gate and do a PNG stream? No. I already watched Steins Gate. It's like, I guess there's like a Steins Gate Origins or something, but that one, first off, I didn't really like Steins Gate that much in the first place, and then second off, I hear that one's also not very good. That is a statue of the babe. The archaeologist does in fact say that. Oh. All right. I mean, also, I just kind of like question sometimes, especially scores related to JRPGs. Like, how absolutely critically acclaimed was Persona 5? That game was, like, super trash. Then watch Arcane. I don't know any. I played League of Legends, like, a little bit back in 2008. I don't even, like, half those characters in that show were probably not even introduced. Also, isn't that on Netflix? But I don't have Netflix. Every single time. Here we go again with Persona bashing. Well, maybe if it wasn't so sucky. Maybe it should have been a better game then. Maybe it should have been written by competent writers. Certainly, that could have made a difference. Haven't even played it. It's not good. I mean, go watch my playthrough. Go watch my playthrough and watch the journey from being so optimistic about that game to trying to hide the fact that I wasn't really enjoying myself to just shitting over it relentlessly. Do better, video game. Yeah, well, they should. Yo, video games, in terms of like stories especially, do better. I know you can hire better writers. There are so many talented writers in the world. Why do you continue to go with David Cage? Nah. All right. Has anyone completed this game? Yeah, of course. I'm going to watch like a 5-minute speed run if you want. I mean, I completed this game. Why do you think I got the crown? This is the DLC. Watched the first episode and felt like Doc had a sparkle in his eyes, but it died in record time. You did what? Yeah, this is the DLC. I already beat the main game. This is not even the main game. This is the side content. That's right. I was like, damn it. I was like, you know what? I enjoyed Jump King enough that I want to come back and do the DLC. Watch the Spider-Man fan dub. I don't even know what that is. Pirate No Way Home? Yo, I haven't watched like a Spider-Man movie since Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire. Why would I immediately go start with the second sequel to the second reboot from the last movie series that I watched? Especially knowing that Marvel movies do have very strong continuity. There we are. Like I tell ya. They are intended to be a multi-part, like, series of movies. Okay. People hyped up Spider-Man so much. I mean, I don't know. I haven't watched any of those movies, so, you know. And it's like, I don't want to go watch like another series of Spider-Man. Oh man, time to go watch an incorrigible nerd for 20 minutes and then see his uncle get killed and then see him get bit by a spider. And okay, the movie's already over. Fucking finally. Now we can get on to the sequel. I tell you, every single time, and there's so many, in like the past 10 years, we've gotten 3 versions of Uncle Ben dying. It's ridiculous. Have to watch him be murdered yet again. That was way too far. Yeah, it's 3 different nerds, but then we have to watch him be incorrigible for 20 minutes, get bit by a spider, watch their uncle die, and then the movie's over and we gotta wait for the sequel for there to be an actual story. I tell you. The early 2000s Spider-Man is Raimi's? Yeah. Tobey Maguire movies are the only Spider-Mans I know, the only superhero thing that I've been interested in along with the games. I also watched the first and second Iron Man movies, and those are all of the Marvel movies that I've watched. So it's just like, you want to talk Marvel? I saw those like 15 years ago, so I don't remember them very well. Yeah. Okay. Marvel relies on CGI too much. I wouldn't know. I haven't seen any movie for the past 15 years. When did Spider-Man 2 come out? Oh yeah, I saw half of Captain America on TV when I was getting really drunk one time, I guess. Spider-Man 2 was 2004. Iron Man 2 was 2010. So yeah. Okay, so it's been over 10 years, yeah, since I watched any one of the Marvel movies. Who plays? Was that Chris Pratt? That was that Chris Pratt or something that played Captain America? I guess my review would be he's pretty hot. He was pretty hot in that movie. That's all I really remember. Like, I looked at him and I'm like, oh damn. You know, especially when he got the muscles and he was like flexing in front of the mirror. That's like the only thing I remember from that movie, I'm gonna be honest. Chris Evans. Okay, different Chris. Yeah, Chris Evans was pretty hot in that movie. Chris Pratt plays Star-Lord. Okay. I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking. It was one of the Chris's. You know what I'm talking about, though. Aren't they like related or something, or is that like some other actors? Chris Pratt is. Oh yeah, I don't doubt. I've only ever seen Chris Pratt in Parks and Recreation, which yeah, he's a decent looking guy, I guess. But you know, it's okay. I have a man crush on Chris Evans too. I mean, why would you? That's the only part of the movie I remember, and I was already very drunk at that time. So it's just, I think I also vaguely remember that it's like the Red Skull appeared in that movie, but I don't know. I got nothing. Parks and Rec is boring. Hey, fuck you. That show was great. I never really watched The Office. I did watch quite a bit of Parks and Rec. Like that. But you know. Star-Lord. I mean, it is so wacky that it's just like, yeah, they tried to make Cosmic Marvel happen. Because Cosmic Marvel is like the least approachable of any of the Marvel properties, if I remember that correctly. Office, great. I don't know. I just never got into it, I suppose. I'm not super into cringe humor, you know? Oh yeah, Chris Pratt was also the main character in the Lego Movie, and he's also Mario and Garfield, as we all know from recent events. Yeah, I mean, I'm just not super into cringe humor. What can I say? And you know, Office, the American Office, of course, didn't go as far into that as like the UK version, but that was still like a pretty big part of like the DNA of that series, if I remember correctly. So I just didn't do it for me. But anyway, so my drunk review of Captain America is Chris Evans flexing in a mirror is super hot. Would watch again. Is literally the theme of the new set of movies. Yeah, I mean, they had Thanos in there. But it's just like, you know, it wasn't like, oh man, Thanos in the comics was like, his motivations and everything were so wacky. And from what I understand, they kind of smoothed that out for the actual movies. So it's like you didn't have him being in love with death. And you know, it's like we didn't have like a Adam Warlock and whatnot, you know, existing as basically the Jesus character of the Marvel universe, which he did in the comics. Instead, it was Captain Marvel, right? I don't know. It's an entire thing. It's like that's why it's just like the movies didn't like go into the super comic book things that originally started out the Infinity War stuff and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Thanos wanted to bone the Grim Reaper. Yep. That's why he was getting the Infinity Gauntlet. That was the point. That was literally the point of him doing that. In the comics. Captain Marvel suck. I just don't know. I just remember asking about that because I was curious as to if there was if wielder of the soul gem, Adam Warlock, ever appeared in the movies, considering he was basically the main character of the Infinity Gauntlet Saga, Infinity Wars, whatever they called it, in the comics. He's the Jesus character of the Marvel Universe. Like Stan Lee, or maybe it was... Who else was working on that at the time? Basically designed him to be as such. Thanos was jealous of Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool. Oh my god. Deadpool also, like, Death was in love with Deadpool. Oh my god. It's like, oh, we're gonna get into the comics here. Because like I haven't even read these comics. I just like looked them up on Wikipedia years and years ago, and it stuck with me with the absurdity of how all that worked. I don't know if that was canon for like Death entirely, like if that has remained a canon thing, but I do remember seeing at least like the panels that showed, yes, Death was very much into Deadpool. Ryan is a good Deadpool. I mean, it's like even in the comics, Deadpool would describe himself as Ryan Reynolds mixed with a Sharpay. So yeah, he was a good choice. Needless to say. Okay. Oh, all right then. I tell you. Back in Underberg, baby. Keep going here. I have exams in the next year too, but I decided to put 2 of them before the new year. Oh, wow. Good luck. That sounds rough. All right. Man, I should just quit. I kind of want to just keep doing the just chatting, but I'm just like, I'm not making any progress in Jump King right now. Boy, I tell you. All right. Okay. All right. I think those 2 things correlate. I mean, perhaps. But, like, I was also playing this earlier, getting up to this point, too, to try to... And then I just decided to do a stream instead, for some reason. Come on, now. Then you're watching Jump King, I'm just watching the chat and listening, yeah. It's fair. It's like, I think it's a reasonable way to go about watching these videos, but it's just like, I am also frustrated in my inability to make any progress in Jump King. Because it's just like, this section up here is so annoying. It's like I can't even get up to the parts where I keep... Like, what? I've gotten up twice that one part that I keep falling on in Lost Ruins. Predictions for 2022. The song of the year will be Taylor Swift's version of Feeling 22. We'll all have... Two will be your lucky number, as things will become doubled in ways that you can't possibly predict. What else? Elden Ring will probably be game of the year. Just throwing that out there. Silksong will not come out, but we will get a release date. What else? I will probably end up banning... I will finish with a game list, but I will also probably end up banning JRPGs entirely. Probably going to be likely a choice I'm making soon enough. By the time I'm done with like Octopath Traveler. We'll open back up suggestions. People will tell me to play games that... flavor of the month games that are not very fun. And try to get me... Final Fantasy will become way more of a meme on the channel, probably, where it's just like people will continuously try and get me to play Final Fantasy games in the same way that I play Hollow Knight. There will be another meme, at least for a while, trying to get me to play Jump King again to finish the DLC, in the same way that people keep telling me about Dirt Rally. What else? What else? Maybe I'll finally play Darkest Dungeon 2. That feels like... wait for a few more updates. Probably play it. That's my prediction, at least. What else? What else? Chance to suggest another game. Haven't done that since early 2020 or something. Yeah. What were the games that you had me play? Tangle Deep? Which I guess I kind of enjoyed, but still. Play Assassin's Creed? I think Assassin's Creed would be a really interesting like series to do a deep dive of, just because that was like so popular for a very long time. But like, would it be good? Would people actually want to watch that? I don't think so. Well, Queen Elizabeth die? No. Absolutely not. She will continue to survive. Perhaps, maybe even in only spite of you. Oh, Rain World. Yeah, okay, Rain World was pretty good. Every single time I just keep saying 5 Pebbles but I still think that is a worthwhile game to play. I tell you. 5 Pebbles. I tell you, 5 Pebbles. Still though, good game. But 5 Pebbles though. Oh my god, I can't even think of like any point that I got so incredibly frustrated with a game. Okay. I will probably make an effort to try and do more series at the start of the year and then have that quickly taper off by the time February comes about. I want to say. And then be like, I'm sorry. It'll be an exploration game. I don't like exploration games though. Like at most I like your Minecraft, or I enjoyed Subnautica a decent amount. But that was largely because, you know, that was incremental progress games, not so much exploration. Right? Yeah, and then go over here. Then you can just jump up here, which at least bypasses this screen. Not too far down. Well, that was my attempt. Oh, come on now. Play Death Stranding to torture yourself? I own Death Stranding. I was planning to do a series on it, but didn't end up doing it. Because I like Kojima games. Oof. Imagine if this wasn't a stream. Maybe it's not a stream. Ooh, 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 notices bulge. Spooky. I just feel like I should just go play the theme to League of Gentlemen every single time I get back down here. It just feels like the most appropriate one for Underberg. Death Stranding game is a Kojima game that's jerking itself off to Kojima. I mean, he's an auteur, you know. I don't think anybody's ever going to argue that. And I like that sort of personal mark left on a game, needless to say. More interesting than stuff created. You know, talking about like Assassin's Creed, which are games that are very much like created by committee. At least Kojima is one singular source of inspiration and like creative control that makes it interesting in its own way. Yeah, but it's just like, think about that compared to like Final Fantasy. Or, you know, I don't know, like Horizon or Persona 5. Die Hard, man. They named the guy Die Hard, man, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Obsessed with hour-long cutscenes. I just said Persona 5. That's like 6-hour-long cutscenes on the regular. Like, yo, you think it's gonna... If you think that that's gonna be like the worst story-based cutscene-heavy game I've ever played on the channel, it would not even come close to Persona 5. Like, Persona 5 would kick its ass at that aspect just over and over. Like, holy Christ, it's not even a comparison. Would not even come close. People being like, hour-long cutscene, when it's just like, yeah, like literally 5 to 6 hour-long cutscenes on the regular in this 120-hour game that I played. Nobody's complaining about that one. I guess that just goes to show you the difference of audience between people that are going to play a Kojima game versus people that are going to play JRPGs. Right? Probably also, you know, significantly more interesting and meaningful of a cutscene as well. In Death Stranding. Rather than the endless amount of filler in Persona 5. How about Legend of Zelda? I don't own a Switch, so unfortunately cannot play any of those games. Here we are. Persona 5 was just one giant cutscene. No, you occasionally get like a little bit of you'll occasionally get like one episode or so of gameplay. And then it will go back to about like 7 to 8 episodes before you get into the next dungeon. It's like, I'm telling you right now, if you click on like any one of the videos on my channel for Persona 5, you will, there's like a 90% chance that it will be a half hour of cutscenes. Maybe even more. That it will just be us watching dialogue happen. Because you got to remember that just like when I say cutscenes, it's just like that does not mean that like characters are doing things. They're just talking. It's the entirety of Persona 5 is stage play style, where they just they stand in a scene and they talk to each other. Maybe that was just the Japanese version. We played both. You know we played both. This has been the, by the way, second guy. This has been the JRPG complaining stream. I hope that you're ready to hear me complain about JRPGs. There we are, and also play Jump King. I mean, that's still happening. Too short. Although I want to say this is probably going to be the last Jump King session. The game's just getting too annoying at this point. I'm just getting like irritated at the amount of times that I keep falling back down and not making progress in this section. Difficulty picked up quite a bit. No surprise for the DLC, but like, you know. Whatever. Once again, I already beat the game. I'm already the Jump King. This was just going to see if I could get Jump King 2.0, basically. And then it's just like, from what I understand, the other DLC is like even harder. So, I think I might be at my limit. You know how it goes. Prefer a series that was fun but also long, or one that you don't like but is short. It's all rock and roll to me. Too short again. It really does not matter. You got to remember that regardless of what you give to me, it is work. You're putting work on my desk. So it's just like, there's always, even if I do end up enjoying the game, there's always that feeling of just like, man, you gotta do it because it's your job. You know? So it's just like, sure, there's a lot of games you guys have given me that I've enjoyed. But it is still that feeling of just like, yeah, but it's still your job to do this, you know? Like how you're not going to get Dead God in all 3 save files. I mean, I got Dead God. I think that's pretty impressive by itself. After this area is almost a checkpoint, but it's understandable if you want to quit. I mean, but you know, it's well, at least that's good to know. But also, there is that feeling though of there's that much more left in it too. It's like there's so many tiny jumps that are so incredibly. I can't imagine that it stops being a lot of difficult jumps that will put you back a pretty long way past this point regardless. It's hard to enjoy something if somebody's making you do it. I mean, even if I'm making myself do it, there's always that feeling of just like, well, you know, it's like you're not here to enjoy the game as much as you're here to try and make a good series, a good entertaining series out of it. And that's true even if I make myself play a game. Lost Frontier is pretty much the hardest area in New Babe. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe at some point in time I don't know, I feel like doing it on stream probably not going to happen. In the same way that I did for like come on now. In the same way that I did for like the original game, going through, well, the Grand Frontier, for God's sake. I mean, I'm getting like stonewalled at the same 2 sections in the game, the original one and the remixed one. Still, though, it's like I got a whole bunch of other things I still need to do, and I've just kind of been playing Jump King to stall it more than anything else. Because this is the one game that I played this year, aside from Minecraft, that I've actually wanted to play. Yeah. Gaming is a job. I mean, gaming's not a job. Doing the commentary and everything is more of a job. More job-like. Oh, man. Okay. Selling bathwater is a job? Yeah. I don't really take baths too much anyway. I usually just go with showers. So, you know, it'd be hard to get a lot of bathwater. Though I'll be honest, I would do that out of love for you guys. I mean, I do everything out of love for you guys. Hey, Doc NFs. I don't know what that means. I do not know what NFs mean. Is commentating a fun job? I mean, it's a very satisfying job. I don't know if it's necessarily like, oh yeah, I'm having a great time doing it. I'm not having like a rollicking good time. It's more like when I finish with it, I just feel so incredibly satisfied having a product that I can be proud of like that. That I hope people also enjoy, you know? Need for Speed NFs. Never heard of it. Is that like the newest Need for Speed game? Something like that? It's creative work. I mean, yeah, you've seen the amount of people like online artists that are just like, boy, I hate drawing. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's something you want to do, but it's also something that's hard to do. So it's like you don't want to do it, but you know you're going to be so happy with the finished product that it's like it's going to be worth it to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's a franchise. I never really played any of the Need for Speed games. Come on now. I would refuse said bathwater out of love, but it was made with extra love. How can you say no? Like saying you don't recommend a game on Steam, but it is your favorite game. Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between like this and, say, people that put 1,000 hours into MOBAs. Here, at least, I do usually enjoy playing the game. Even if I find, like, here's the thing. It's like, for me, it's really stressful to do commentary. Like, I feel like having that sort of spotlight on you does have that, like, level of, you know how much I like restart episodes and everything when I'm doing, say, Dead Cells, trying to do that sort of stuff. It's like I really want it to be good. That's the most important thing for me. It's like I don't want to like trip over words. I don't want to have difficulty like saying what I want to say. And it's like that's a stressful thing. It's a stressful thing. And although I'm always really happy with the end product, I'm always really happy when I have like a full 100% game showing off every and anything inside of it to the best of my ability, edited down so that you can watch it all kind of like in one go and not have to wait around a million years for me to make progress against the boss or anything like that. But it's also like it's stressful to do. And that's why it's like, if you suggest something to me, there is always that feeling of me being like a little bit spiteful towards it because you are making me do more work. You know? It's not that I hate doing it. Of course I'm going to enjoy like the end product of it and everything like that, but it is like, oh man, more stuff, more stress to put on the plate. You know how that is? Get that? Conversations are very hard to maintain when you're anxious about what you're saying is not funny or good. Yeah, I know, right? Where it's just like, there's so many things that I'm just like, am I talking? Is this entertaining enough? I mean, I know that it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of people that don't really care too much about the actual commentary and might. That's rough. I think that might be a good point to kind of like hang it up here, right? Unless. I mean, it's just like, you know, that's the whole thing. I'm not just commentating. I'm trying to do commentary that is good, insightful, or entertaining in some way. And there's pressure. There's pressure to do that. And I'm trying to do that even if nobody is actually watching the series. Am I successful? Hard to say. But I hope I'm at least doing well. And every time I put up a video, I'm like, man, I hope people like this one. I like doing it. I like this game. I hope people like the commentary for it, you know? That's why streaming is better. Oh, you can actually just make a jump. Oh, no, I knew that already. You're successful in my heart. Yeah. But I mean, that's the whole thing, though, where it's just like, regardless of, hey, even if it's a game I really want to play or whatever, that there's always that feeling of just like, oh man, it's another piece of stressful. It's another piece of stress that I got in my life to do now. Which is just like, you know, it's one of those things like, don't take it personally. But that's, if you're ever wondering why, it's just like, why do you open yourself up to suggestions and then get mad at us for suggesting stuff? It's because I'm a complex person. Okay. You know what? I'm going to call it for right now. Maybe I'll make a return here, but it'll probably be a little while. I'll say that. Wait. Yes. Oh, man. Made no progress at all. No progress at all. It's like, although there is a checkpoint up there, that would be great to get to, but goddamn, it's taken some time to get there, isn't it? Chat interaction makes the content for you. That's why I like doing streams, but I also know that a lot of people are not like huge into streams because they want to be in the chat. You know, it feels like you're kind of missing out on big conversation, which is why I want to do it like also, you know, you get really distracted in chat too if you want to like try and really focus on the game and talk about what's happening in the game. It's just there's so many things that it's like I love making videos. I love doing the whole video thing. I love showing off video games to everybody. And I love making people, you know, it's just like even just having people like just using your videos to fall asleep feels so good because it feels like you're really getting into their life and making it better in one way. But it's also stressful. It is stressful to do, which is why it's like it's hard for me to get to doing stuff, you know? But anyway, that's about it. That's about the entire thing that I would say on that subject. All right. Enough of that. I'll be back soon enough. Let's just say that. Probably with Final Fantasy 12. It's coming, baby. Oh boy, it's coming.